From the top rope, this is the Squared Circus.
Square! Ah! That's the cult phenomenon. You know what I think?
Recording in progress.
I realize I like paint.
That was a botch. Hold on.
So, anyway, that's how it's gonna go.
What's your first thing that you remember by Rampage?
I think that the thing that stood out for me from Rampage more than anything else is probably the thing that stood out for you, and that was Willow is all elite.
Yes, I do think that should get the shine because she is a good person. I think she's been working hard.
Yeah,
and you could tell too when she was on Dark a lot, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere she became more and more fluid in the TV spots.
Yeah.
So it was only a matter of time. I'm actually shocked that she wasn't already. Maybe they just decided to give her shine.
We talked about it very briefly when they did the Soraya segment where she called out all the women, and one of them was Willow. And we're like, is it official? Is she signed? Like, they brought out all the active women supposedly, and she was included. So we're like, okay, maybe she's there. But I like that they did an announcement with it instead of just
I did too.
Whatever. I mean,
I also liked her hugging him too as well. I thought that because you could tell that she was genuinely happy.
Yeah. I think she's been great. I like that they made it a thing. I mean, I think this Rampage in general, it feels like they made it a little bit of an effort to make it more special. And that was one little thing that was part of it. And apparently, by the way, you and I were a little critical of the match because we were like, if they're going to do this big reveal for Willow at the end of a match, why are they putting her in a match with, who was it? It's not Kiera Hogan, the other one, Layla Gray, who to me seemed very green.
What, on Rampage?
On Rampage.
Yeah.
But apparently what happened, and I totally forgot, if you remember, the match that was announced was supposed to be against Penelope Ford.
Yes.
She
and that
got hurt.
Yeah. That would have been a much better match too, to be honest with you.
It would have been a better match. It would have meant more too, because she's a little bit more standing. But I thought that was great. The other thing, unless you had something to add there.
I'm sure you're going to say the same exact thing that I'm going to say.
I bet it's not.
What is it?
Maybe my second favorite part by only a little bit. It's just tiny bit behind because I loved the Willow segment, but I loved this a lot. Mm-hmm. Matt Hardy, I don't even remember what the promo was or what it was about, quoting Public Enemy in his promo.
I remember you enjoying that when we were watching it.
Just came out. I was half paying attention too because my girlfriend came in the room and I don't know what we were talking about. But I'm trying to pay attention and all of a just sudden it's like I opened it and read it. It said they were suckers. I'm like, wait, what?
and this is why I say I feel like Rampage was a really good show because we actually, so those are the things that you remembered. And I remember those two now that you're telling me. Willow obviously was number one for me. And the second is, and I don't know why, but I still love Cassidy carrying his belt and his backpack, and because he doesn't like to carry things.
It's so good.
So him to come out and just pull it in the back, and then, even that match was really good too. It was a Roosh and 10 and Cassidy, and that was even a good match. They always chant, always go loud. I'm glad that they're letting Cassidy win. I'm glad that I just saw a picture. This is a side note, but I just saw a picture. He was doing some kind of thing for a weather thing, and he posted, and he was like, "This is how it's supposed to work." And he's standing there because you know how they have the green screen for the weather. He's standing there with a green shirt, so all this stuff is just like showing through his body. I'm like,
that's awesome.
It's so stupid, but it's him.
I love it.
I'm glad that they gave him a shine.
Yeah, but I'm also glad that they're giving Rampage a little bit of significance by having him on there.
Yes.
I think that's part of it. I don't know if it was always planned for him to be in that match, but from what I understand, it was just supposed to be Roosh and 10, and then Cassidy got added. They did a little bit showing like how he got added, where he's like bartending for the two of them.
Oh, that was funny too.
It was really funny.
Yeah, that was good.
So
he just can't do wrong right now. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that I say this all the time, but like people keep on saying that, oh, look, joke gimmicks don't work and blah, blah, blah. But he's still over and he's been doing this for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and he's got the belt and I'm hoping that they keep it on him for a little bit and just do this shtick a little bit longer.
And the fact that he has a belt that basically seems to be established that it's the belt for good wrestlers, people who have good matches, not just who are you know, over or the guy they're trying to push. So that just like legitimizes his ring work, I think. So I like that about it. But yeah, I feel like, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Like my other thing was like, I know that Billy Gunn was still having a blast with the whole claim thing. He got kicked out during that match and he came back and they won the rights to for the scissoring again. And think about this though, with all the things I said and you said, that probably is every single match that they had. I don't recall any other matches, but
I don't think so. That's
majority of the Rampage, which means it's telling that we remembered.
Yeah.
All of it 4 days later.
And I think I know you were clowning on the angle with the whole lawyer. They took the rights for scissoring and they had to win back the rights in a match.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
It was a little corny, but like, you know, I don't know. I mean, there was something. They made a story out of it and they paid the story off on Rampage. So I like the idea that the tag team belts were defended on Rampage and this story was paid off on that show. It just, a lot of those little things made it feel like the Willow signing, having Orange in that main event and having that paid off, the acclaimed angle paid off on Rampage, made it feel like, okay, this feels like a special show, not just like a throwaway.
100%. And I'm glad that like, I didn't like the whole trademark thing, but I also glad that they only did it where it was like a one and done. Like they didn't drag it out for like multiple weeks saying, oh, you can't do this. And I'm just glad that it was like a one and done thing. So that's fine. So overall, I really enjoyed Rampage.